Welcome to the Membership Guys podcast. Kick-ass advice and tips for membership site owners.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 136 of the Membership Guys podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, and this is the show to listen to if you want proven practical tips and advice on how to grow a successful membership website. Today, we're talking about a vital ingredient of memberships: content. Now, most of the memberships that we deal with have a model which involves continuously creating fresh new content for their members. But the challenge with that is getting ideas, coming up with inspiration, knowing what sort of content you should be creating. So that's something I want to dive into in today's episode to give you some pointers on where to actually generate these ideas from. Without doubt, one of the best sources of ideas for content is your customer base and your audience. So start out by surveying your members. You can use tools like SurveyMonkey or Typeform in order to conduct the surveys. Or if you have the contact details to do so, simply pick up the phone and call some of your people in your audience, some of your connections, some of your network, your old clients, and just talk to them about the sort of problems that they have, the sort of challenges they face, what kind of information would really help them get to where they want to go. This is going to give you so many ideas and so much food for thought and inspiration in terms of what content you should be prioritizing when it comes to your membership. You can get this sort of feedback and input from members by actively encouraging suggestions in things like your email marketing, on your website, and so on. So you could have a questions form on your website where you have a call to action throughout your site, encouraging people to click through and send you a question or to let you know their biggest challenge or their problems. You can have a little PS on all of the emails that go to people, or on the first email someone gets when they opt into your list, asking them to hit reply and let you know the number one challenge they're currently facing. Look at the books that your audience are reading, the courses that they're taking, the blog posts that are being published that tell people what to do but don't necessarily show them how. Look at all of the stuff that's already out in the market in order to identify where the gaps are. Is there a lot of theory and strategy-based stuff about your topic but not a lot of how-to? Or vice versa? Is there a key subject that consistently isn't being covered in all of the most popular publications about your subject that are available on the market? Look in reviews that people leave on Amazon for books, for DVD courses, and so on. Look at the 2 or the 3-star ones. What are people saying that was missing from that book? What are people saying that they wish was covered? Identify these gaps, because that again will give you a good idea of how to solve a problem that currently is not being solved by existing solutions on the market. And you of course want to be searching the likes of social media. You want to be getting those email replies anytime somebody will randomly reply to your latest email about your blog post asking a follow-up question. Check out the comments on your blog as well as on other people's blogs. Again, what follow-up questions do people have? What areas of what was covered do people really like and perhaps would want to see explored more? What sort of gaps are other people identifying? All of this sort of stuff should give you a good range of ideas about the things that are most challenging people, about the problems that they're having, about the topics people want to see being discussed. Again, this is where things like your audience segments come into play. Whenever you're writing down ideas for your potential content, whether it's blog content or membership content, you always want to have your segments in mind with a view to staying balanced in terms of the content that you're creating. Again, this can spur you on in terms of idea generation. If you're finding if you've got 3 or 4 key segments within your audience and all of your content ideas tend to be for 3 out of those 4, and one of your segments isn't being serviced, then that becomes your priority in terms of the people you want to survey, in terms of who you want to speak to in person or on the phone, in terms of what you might want to search for on social media or in your Facebook group and so on. And speaking of Facebook groups, this is one of the big benefits of running your own free Facebook group. In fact, one of our biggest sources for ideas for our blog content and for our membership content and podcast content is our Facebook group, and we actively post every Monday. We post a question of the week, asking people a variety of things such as, what's your biggest issue with your membership right now? The comments and the responses that we get on that can give us a huge list of ideas for new content that we might want to create. And if we've already created that content, it gives us opportunities to push people in the direction of the blog, of the podcast, of the course, or of a membership. Within your membership website, have channels for people to actually make suggestions for content that they'd like to see. Again, this is something we do inside the Academy. Within the quick wins section in particular, right at the bottom, we've got that call to action when someone's looked through the quick wins section, prompting people to let us know their ideas and their suggestions for the content they'd like to see us create. We've also surveyed Academy members in the past as well to test out certain ideas we've had to see which sort of content we should be prioritizing over others and all of that sort of stuff. The important thing in gathering these ideas is actually having somewhere to put them. And so we recommend using a platform like Asana or like Trello or even just a spreadsheet in order to create a data bank of ideas for your blog and your public content as well as for your membership content. This means that all the feedback, all the comments, all the suggestions that you get don't go to waste. And you can put some of these ideas aside, come back to them, flesh them out yourself, do some additional research, and continuously add to them until it's time for you to actually take that idea and turn it into content. This way, you're never going to be short for ideas to create for your membership content. Okay, so hopefully you've found today's episode useful. It's a short one, but hopefully a valuable one for you. And actually, the bulk of this episode was taken from a lesson that we have inside Member Site Academy as part of our content strategy course. If you're an Academy member, you're going to want to check this course out if you haven't already. It dives into all the intricacies of coming up with a content strategy that works for you inside your membership. And if you're not an Academy member, head on over to membersiteacademy.com to sign up and get access to this course as well as the 30 plus other courses we have, our step-by-step membership roadmap, our monthly Q&A calls, our community, all that good stuff is waiting for you inside membersiteacademy.com. If you've enjoyed this episode and you found it useful, you are going to love the content strategy course that we have inside the Academy. It really deep dives into everything you need to know to get an effective membership content strategy in place. That's it from me for this week. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's show. I'd love to hear from you. Any questions, any thoughts inside our Facebook group, head over to talkmemberships.com or just search for Membership Mastermind on Facebook. You'll find our group. Jump in there and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. I'll be back again next week with another installment of the Membership Guys podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode of the Membership Guys podcast, we invite you to check out the membersiteacademy.com. The Member Site Academy is the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a membership website. So whether you're still figuring out what your idea is going to be, or whether your website is already up and running and you're just looking for ways to grow it and attract new members, then the Member Site Academy can help you to get to the next level. With our extensive course library, monthly training, exclusive member-only discounts, perks and tools, and a supportive, active community to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement and advice, the Member Site Academy is the perfect place to be for anyone looking to start, manage and grow a successful membership website. So check it out at membersiteacademy.com.